What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. So, Battle Brothers got like a new expansion DLC, and I've got a key for it. So I think we're gonna like mess around. Apparently, there's a new crafting system with items from trophies, legendary locations with unique rewards, new contracts. Let's check the game out. We've got to make ourselves, and I only like the one with the fist on it, man. The one with the fist, although I do like that one right there, too. I like that one right there, too. Okay, we're going to go with that one. The Emperor's Chosen. Perfect. We'll go with the Emperor's Select. That sounds like something you pick up off the shelf at Costco, but you know what? I'm pretty sure the Emperor's Chosen are bad guys in 40K, so let's maybe not do that. Our late game crisis can be whatever. Yeah, that looks good to me. Let's play the game. Economic difficulty's fine. Combat difficulty's fine. We'll put that there. Perfect. We'll have medium buns for right now. If you never played Battle Brothers before, this game is super rad. It's basically Mount & Blade Warband, but turn-based. It's very, very fun. It's a hard game. It's super hard. But at the same time, it's like satisfyingly hard. Like when you succeed, you feel like a badass. It all went wrong. 2 days ago, the company was hired to track down Hoggart the Weasel and his band of raiders. But it was them who found you first. An ambush. Some joke about the horses cut short by an arrow to the throat. Arrows shooting in from everywhere and nowhere. Men holler and scream a great volume before the death. As the hail subsides, you draw your weapon with the rest of your men, only to collapse to your knees. An arrow has punctured your side. You shout in pain. A hairy glance sees the men charge without you to make a valiant last stand met in force as steel clashes with steel. You meet the eyes of the captain. A last nod, and his throat is cut. You're left in command now with what few men remain. Trembling in pain, you lean on your sword, and with all the will you can muster, you rise again. Boop, 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 boop. Damn, that fool got one-shotted with a pick through studded armor. Dominated on. Dominated on. Ooh, that dude just got whacked with a piece of wood. Sucks to be him. All right, so we're playing the game now official-like. Right now, I was controlling that guy. We've got the spearman right here. He's got a stab. He's got a spear wall. He's got knockback. And he's got shield wall. My suggestion would be that we put him right there. And then we put him into a shield. Or, I'm sorry, into a spear wall. Because that means he'll knock back anybody that tries to advance on him. That guy right there somehow miraculously avoided that strike. He's moving up right there. We've got two swings out. Luckily, they both missed from him. Let's fire... Yeah, like point blank him with... Yeah, exactly, with a crossbow. Perfect. We've missed our swing right there, unfortunately. I'm going to move up to here and protect my archer. That guy, he's been wounded. You'll see 3 meters on every single character. One is health, and then the other 2 are your head armor and your body armor. You cannot damage... So, well, you can. So there are piercing weapons. Like, some weapons get through armor better. So basically what happens is every time you hit somebody, every armor has different resistance and will decide how much damage goes to the armor and how much damage goes to the person. Hammers and things of that nature tend to break armor very, very quickly, so the damage goes through more rapidly. Things like picks tend to do very well in that regard too. Heavy weapons. Things like spears and things like swords don't tend to get through armor very well, but they tend to do a ton of damage if you're not wearing armor. And so, just things to think about. Just Battle Brothers things. This is taking a minute. I kind of feel like these guys should be dead already. Like, these guys should definitely be murked already. There we go. Kill him with... That's perfect. Exactly. Exactly what I wanted from you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We've stabbed him. He's lost some body armor, but he's still on his feet. And there goes all of his armor right there with a cleaving stroke from Fritz. Good old Fritz. We have to kill him now. There we go. Otherwise Fritz is going to have a rough day. We have to kill him now. We've got some loot over here. It's just one little slingy, smacky thing. We'll take that. That's all right. I'll take it. You're alive, and you've won. The adrenaline fades, and in its wake, you can't help but sink back to the ground. Gritting your teeth, you snap the arrow's haft. Your chest heaves, pain for breath, and everything blurs. The company has been devastated, cut down to but a few men, and the bastard Hoggart did justice to his name, fleeing like the weasel that he is. So, what now, Captain? A voice says from behind. It's Fritz. He sits down beside you, betting his bloodied axe on his legs. You turn to him to reply, but before you can answer, he continues. Bernard's dead. They slit his throat. Good man. Damn fine leader, too. Took that one mistake, though. That makes you the one in charge for now, right? Ulfert joins the two of you, still breathing heavily, then Vigmar. Save the ceremony and anointments for another day. Let's give the men a good burial and return to Sundheim to collect our pay. The Weasel's men are dead after all. Besides, Captain, we ought to see to that wound before we lose you too. Wouldn't want to leave Ulfert in charge, right? Okay, so apparently Sundheim is back up here. Let's be on our way back to Sundheim. I like how there's little battle sites and stuff in this game that get left on the ground after big fights. We've got Markland, we've got Vessenhaven, we've got Hermanshof. We've got, ooh, this looks like a nice little trade area right here. I like that. Nice little trade area right there, too. Okay, we're probably going to be heading northwards. What a sorry display it must be for the onlookers as you arrive in Sundheim. 4 bloodied and beaten mercenaries down on their luck. The man who hired the company days ago, Hildrich the councilman, no doubt expected you to return in a more glorious fashion. Still, he welcomes you into his house and offers bread and wine while a servant fetches a healer. Few words are exchanged except for the occasional grunt and wheeze as an elderly man with shaky hands tends to your wounds. A pin pierces your skin, the first of many stitches to come. You grit your teeth till you think you hear one break. Hildrich the councilman sits beside you and asks if you took care of Hoggart. You shake your head. We killed his men, but the weasel eluded our blades in the end. The healer waves around a glowing fire poke, suggesting he wants to push it into the wound. You nod and he does so. For a moment, that's all there is. You're not a man, but a pinch of fire. Flesh from flame, a golem of pain. Hildrich the councilman hands you a goblet of wine. You did well, Sellsword. The brigands have been removed, though it's a shame that Hoggart still lives. Hildrich the councilman gasps. Well, naturally I'll pay you. 400 crowns is agreed upon. He gestures towards the sergeant who rushes to your side with a pay in hand. I wonder, though, may I make use of your services another time? I'd very much like to end the headache that was Hoggart once and for all. And I'd pay you again, of course, another 400 crowns. Fritz scoffs and turns to drink more wine, but Vigmar stands to speak. Sure, the company's in ruin, but we're going to rebuild it. Without the Emperor's select, Fritz would drink the crowns away and end up begging on the streets, and Ulfert, by the gods, we all know he'd go chasing the womenfolk till one stove his rotted head in. We need the Emperor's select, and it's all we have. What say you, Captain? Fritz burps and raises a cup. Ulfert playfully thumbs his nose and nods. Kill the bastard or not, it's up to you, Captain. Yeah, let's finish it. Hildrich the councilman claps his hands in satisfaction. Excellent. My little birds will need some time to find where Hoggart's hiding. For the meantime, I suggest you see about stocking up on supplies so that you'll be good and ready to end this when the time comes. I'll see you in a few days' time at the latest. As you leave Hildrich the councilman's house and stand on the outskirts of Sundheim, Vigmar seeks a word with you. We need more men, Captain. I know I gave a big speech back there, but the bravado doesn't do shite. We need warm bodies in the ranks. Figure we find 3 good men. We buy them some decent weapons, dress them in the best armor we can afford. He looks around. I bet this podunk town's got a desperate peasant or two looking for a new life. Or we could travel to Wessenhaven in the east. City folk aren't always as hardy as the country bumpkins, but we're more likely to find men with fighting experience stopping to rest there. All right. So let's hire some men. And we're going to go to the hiring menu right here. I would suggest you just find whoever you can. The cheaper they are, the better. So we've got a fisherman, we've got a beggar, and that'll do for right now. They've got knives and no real weapons. Let's go to the store and see if we can find anything worthwhile over here. They do have amber shards, but they're not really worth a whole lot. As far as weapons go, I mean, clubs are as good as anything else. Do what you gotta do. But I would suggest maybe we grab some clubs over here. Maybe a couple shields as well, just to kind of ensure that they don't get owned super hard. In the early game, your guys are gonna die. You do need to accept that. You need to internalize that. This is a game about losses. This is a game about the long game. If you win the battle and you lose half your forces, but you get a massive payday, that's okay. The guys that survived, they got a bunch of XP and they'll continue to get better and they'll continue to become stronger. The guys that died, well, just consider them kind of kindling on the fire of your company. But this is a game that's all about realism. People die in combat in this game. Sometimes people take a spear to the neck and they instantly die. It is what it is. Sometimes you'll have your best guy in full plate mail and he'll get decapitated by a two-handed sword on the first turn. It happens. This game is definitely frustrating to new players a lot of the time because of that. But once you get used to it, if you play like smart, you should be able to keep your head on your shoulders. Should. Should being the operating word there. All right, well, there's a couple guys right there. My suggestion would be to take, if you've got the helmet from pre-ordering the game, I would suggest that you put the helmet on your strongest heavy guy with the axe. That's what I always do, and it seems to work out pretty well for me. We need to go to Wessenhaven. So let's go off to Wessenhaven. We'll see if we can find ourselves a little job out here. I think that's how the game times the Hoggart thing, is that you got to do a quest. Once you do the quest, Hoggart will become available and we can go track him down. As Wessenhaven's skyline appears on the horizon, Ulfert seeks a word with you. Never been to Wessenhaven before, but I've been around ones that look a lot like it. Cities like these are great for selling goods. All these prissy pompous pricks love to have their goods delivered. So many merchants. You can also find almost everything you need, too. Keep an eye out for bargains and don't get swindled by cutthroat merchants. Fritz sees fit to add his own opinion of what you should do. There's a good tavern. I say that that's where we should go first. Nothing helps a man down on his luck more than a good pint. Gods know that we've earned it. Ulfert shakes his head. You say that every time we stop in town. You say that even when you're already drunk. Alright, let's go to Wessenhaven. Oh, never mind. The quest is ready to go right now. We could take an easy contract, but it looks like it's auto-assigned. My suggestion would be to get as many men as you can. In the early game, quantity is way better than quality. He's a cripple, a smashed nose, and 2 blackened eyes. Are we really in that bad of need of new bodies? Yeah, I think I'll take, what are you? A rat catcher? Tryout, what does that mean? He's craven, so basically he's a coward. He'll run away in combat a lot. Apparently, they have unknown traits now. It used to tell you what their traits are right here, but I guess that's a change. Let's go with Hildebrand the Ham-Fisted. He's a brawler. Sounds good. He has a fear of beasts, and he's swift, which means he has very good range defense. That'll be nice. We'll take him. I don't know what weapons they're packing right now. Let's have a look, but I would suggest you have 9 to 10 guys before you go out into combat. 9 to 10 guys tends to be the best place to be. We'll get a club. We'll get an axe. Couple of shields. Maybe a hat. No busted quilted armor up inside of here, but we do have that right there, so we'll take that. We'll go ahead and throw that on a couple of people. You can have a club. You can have an axe and a shield. These guys have nets. Nets are limitedly useful, but they're useful. So keep that in mind. You want to have a helmet on people. Helmets make sure you don't get one-shotted. The person that I really want to keep alive is the Brawler, so he's going to get the armor. Brawler is a really, really good stat. You want to have that. That means he's a pretty solid fighter. Let's go back to Sondheim. It's time for us to travel the roads and make this thing happen. I'm going to speed the game up. We got a little bit of food, a little bit of money, and a little bit of tools and supplies left. Not a lot, but it's something. Hilderich the councilman is pacing back and forth when you find him. The healer who damn near killed you with the fire poke is standing nearby. He's picking chunks of dried blood out of his fingernails. Hilderich the councilman claps his hand. Finally, you're here. I've got great news. We got a hold of one of Hoggart's former men. My good friend here had a little talk with the man, and now I know where Hoggart's licking his wounds. The healer clears his throat, splaying his fingers out like a maiden looking to paint them. He speaks as though he's identifying a disease that he's about to excise. The brigand, known as Hoggart, is hiding in a small hut in the hills to the northeast. Based upon my most civil discussion with one of his men, Hoggart knows the Emperor's Select is on his heels and will have gathered more men since the last time you met him. Nodding, Hilderich the councilman waves you off. Good luck, Sellsword. We got any more individuals over here? We've got Icky. Yeah, let's take Icky, and we'll take Alfgeir. These guys are probably all going to die. But that's the way she goes sometimes, Rick. You can't be sentimental in this game. You just can't. Sometimes they die. It happens. We don't have a lot of good weapons right now. Do you guys have weapons? Did you guys come with weapons? God, what a motley assortment we are. What a motley assortment we are. This man has light wounds. He'll be good to go in one day. Okay. Well, let's go find Hoggart. Hopefully by tomorrow, everybody will be all healed up. I don't like to fight night battles because they mess with your line of sight, but, you know, we'll fight it. All right, let's do this thing. We got a few thugs and a poacher. All right. Let's give it a fight. Oh, I like the new loading screens. The new loading screens. Oh, these guys are way better equipped than we are. This is gonna be a mess. I would suggest you hold your ground for right now. That's my advice, personally. Hold your ground. Fire arrows at whoever has a two-handed weapon. Two-handed weapons are OP as shit in this game. Just like something for you to think about. Two-handed weapons, you should always have 2 guys in your squad with two-handed weapons. It will help. Trust me. They'll one-shot people left and right. Like, they will be the #1 purveyors of one-shots in your army. You step up to there and give me a shield wall. You step up to right there. You get the high ground right there. Maybe even right there. High ground matters in this game for your hit rates. It's very, very important. I'm hoping that they're not going to make me push them. I don't want to be super aggressive out here if I don't have to. Do I have anybody with a net over there? How much does it cost to throw a net? 5 AP. Okay, move it right there. Kind of just flank around, put a little pressure on them. See what happens over here. Stay moving. Can't throw a net yet, but nets cancel out people's turns, which make them kind of useful. We'll put a spear wall in right there so that if he moves into here, he gets a free attack. I do have another shot, and that's a miss, unfortunately. I was really hoping we could kill the two-hander guy. That was my prayer. It looks like they're turtling right now. I don't think they're going to push us. Yeah, they're not going to push us. Okay. I mean, that's fine by me. If they don't want to push, I'll seize the initiative. He's got to go around her right there. Let's get him into base contact with the... Oh, never mind. I thought he was going to leap over that. Weak. Yeah, he's going to get totaled. That guy's going to get totaled hard. Throw a net on that guy. Close the gap with him. You get over here. Flank him so that he gets the morale penalty. Move up. And let's beat on him for a little while. Pretty much all we can do. Another miss right there for my archer. I'm going to move him up onto high ground, I think, on the next turn, then fire. He's going to lose his ability to reload. Oh, I can't move right there. There's a boulder. All right, we'll go around. These guys are probably going to break ranks now, and they're probably going to push us. Probably. That's a risky move right there. That's a very risky move. I'll move to there, and I'll put up shield wall, and then we'll push. Yeah, I was going to say, he's going to break ranks. I know he's going to break ranks, so that guy's decided to waste his attack on somebody else, which is really good for us. You can't attack through with spears, unfortunately. I'm going to move him over to there, which he's already got shield wall up, so that's okay. Put a little... I should have broke his shield. He's got an ability that breaks shields. So he got the net off. And now the fight is joined, but he does have a dominant position, and he does have the high ground. So it's going to be problematic trying to get after him. I don't think that's adjacent. Move over to here. There you go. Put a little heat on him. Put a little heat on him. He's now surrounded. So his morale is definitely not going to hold. That man had his helmet broken off and took some damage. He broke his shield on his turn. That's okay. I would rather have a broken shield than anything else. There it is. Rough him up a little bit. Let him think about it. Rough him up a little tiny bit. You move to there. He had cover behind that bush, so unfortunately, if you saw the little arrow icon right there, it means he has cover. He's sticking to the shield wall strategy. This man's almost dead. It's going to take him some time to get better after this is all over. I need you in the fray right now, man. I don't know what you're up to, but I need you to be participating. We've got one dead man right there. I'm going to need a reload. A little bit more damage. A little bit more damage right there. You guys push up. Get the archer. Break his shield. I don't want him to have a shield anymore. That's what's making this take too long. And if we lose Fritz, it's going to be because of that shield. I should have broke it sooner. 2 turns sooner, to be specific. There we go. Work on him a little bit. Work on him a little bit. Let him feel it. You move over there, trap the archer. I want a complete and total route right here. I don't want anybody to make it out. Oof. Well, we got him. We took a serious wound right there, but we got him. We got them. All right, they should be routing now. You can see the little white flags on their little character icons. That means that they're routing, and they're going to try and run away if they get an opportunity. However, he is super trapped, and so I doubt he's going to make it out. Got the one shot right there on the two-hander. We're just going to bypass all these turns. See if that guy can fish out a kill. Step forward. Get him with the spear. And actually, we did this with no casualties. I'm really happy about that. I may have just jinxed it, though. We may end up there. It is perfect. No casualties. This man right here, though, has a cut leg muscle, which means he's no good in combat for a while. So we need to move him into the reserve. As far as loot goes, a little bit of something right there. We got a Gambison. We got a Signet Ring, which is worth a decent amount of money. We got another two-hander, which is great. We got a spear, which we'll swap out from one of those clubs. So all in all, not a bad day in the field. And we're about to get 400 coins for killing Hoggart. Hoggart lies dead in a pool of his own blood, skewered into a grotesque and panicked pose. Didn't weasel his way out of this one. You put a boot on his corpse and look at your men. For the company. For all who've fallen. Ulfert spits on the dead man's face. Let's take this bastard's head and get back to Sundheim. Off we go. The road to Sundheim. That went much better than expected. Ulfert joins your side. You got a minute, Captain? You nod for him to speak his mind. The battle has left some gear worse for wear, and the men got a good nicking, too. We could patch up men and equipment while marching, but it's a lot faster to set down and do it. Of course, if we make camp, we should be wary of ambushes. Campfire in these parts can be seen from every which way. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that right now. Honestly, only one guy got busted up really badly. We put him in the reserve right here. He'll heal a little bit faster. And it's going to be 2 to 5 days. Hopefully, it's on the shorter end of that. We also have some armor we can equip on somebody. My suggestion would be to swap that Gambison onto the main character. And then just kind of rotate the armor for anybody that's going to be in combat. Like, anybody that's going to be straight up in combat on this front line right here, this is the formation that they're going to deploy in. Just, you know, give them armor and hope for the best. What are you good at? You are a beggar, fear of the undead, in good spirits, double grip. With his second hand free, he gets a firm grip and deals more damage with single-handed weapons. Okay. Anybody that's got a dagger, you take a club. Instead of your club, looking for another person that I can put the battle axe on, but we're going to wait a minute on that one. The company returns to Sundheim as victors, their heads held much higher this time. The Emperor's Select are not the size that they once were, but they're still a force to be reckoned with, as Hoggart learned in his final moments. You carry his head in a sack that you empty in front of Hilderich the councilman's feet. He jumps back, but the healer quickly picks the head up, stares at it, and nods. Hilderich the councilman approaches the brigand's bloodied face and eyes it carefully. Yep, that's his ugly mug, all right. Servants, pay this man his money. Coin in hand, you raise your voice to the men. As long as there's blood coursing through our veins, and as long as we can hold a sword and shield, there will stand the company. All through the realm will know the Emperor's Select. The men cheer, and Vigmar puts his hand on your shoulder. You did well, Captain. No matter where you lead us, the men are going to follow you as brothers in battle. They said the thing! They said the thing! We got any new hires over here? No. We're low on tools, so we're going to have to find tools before too long. They are prohibitively expensive, though, so be careful about that. I'm going to sell some daggers and some other things over here. Make a little bit of money. It's not a lot, but it's something to start out with. I think... Let's go to a bigger city. We'll get settled in. We've got time to heal anyways. We need people to get healed up, so we haven't selected an ambition yet. That's going to be something that comes up later. It's basically like a mini quest that you work on while you're working on other things. Things like grow your army, have a certain amount of money, make a badass banner with a spear on it. Let's see here. Siegfried of Vessenhaven size. I used to visit the Amber Collector when I was a kid. He's got some bandits and he wants us to kill them. Let's talk crowns. 170. Let's barter. 180. Except, we can do 180. It's a single skull mission, so maybe we can pull it through. 256 over here for that. It was 260 something in the other town. Luckily, they produce tools here, so we can afford those. I'm going to use the money from the signet ring to buy a few of those. That right there, the Akaton, it's very, very good. So if you see these, they tend to be dirt nasty cheap, but they give a ton of armor. So find one that's broken and then equip it on somebody, and they'll repair it back up to full durability, and you can save yourself a bunch of money, kind of. I mean, you're paying the money in tools, but like we already have the tools, so whatever. Let's go ahead and throw that on one of our guys that has no helmet at all. And I think it's a really good idea for us to head over to the quest. But we're out of time for the day. My name is Splattercat. This is Battle Brought Us. I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping on by. It's been fun. Get the new DLC expansion down below. If you wanted to get it, I'll have a link for you. We will be playing a little bit more here on the channel. But my name is Splattercat. Hi, do, and take care, everybody.